This is Carush. I am trying to be let out. I'm not going to be dealt with as someone who's going to abscond or something. It's already been noted that I'm independent. There's no concerns about my mental health. I shouldn't be here. It's just waiting for the appeal to be addressed. And at this point, I'm not even expecting informality anymore. Since Tuesday, I just realized this is too long, actually. This is too long. And because it's criminal matters that we're facing and police should be handling it, this whole procedure is badgering a witness. And I'll be damned, I will not keep quiet about this. I've already had people intimidating me here. It's like prison. We won't be doing that. We won't be doing that. I already live next door to terrorists. I manage that. I manage my own stress levels concerning that. I've put on chains. I've changed locks. I've stopped them from coming into my property, dancing on my patio, claiming my property. So I followed the procedures that the police have advised so that I'm safe there. The most they do directly is shout, and I will shout back and tell them to behave. So what I really just need is for the hospital managers to address the appeal. It doesn't matter how I wrote it. I expressed very distinctively the issues at hand. And while I was seated outside in the vehicle that brought us over, I was seated with police who then realized that the cases that we're facing are totally criminal and should be treated as such. So now, we're just waiting for the staff here to make sure they do the right thing. Because now the only thing is, I don't want to be forwarding names to NMC or GMC. I should not be here to be looking at a case or a scandal. I should be out. We've already hit the mistakes were made situation. I don't think my colleagues here have just understood what I've said when I've said this. I've mentioned it to the occupational therapists. They're probably getting ready to go home. Everybody's probably getting ready to go home. Unfortunately, if they keep me in here over the weekend, I will not leave this. I will not let go of this. I will not be threatened by patients who are walking around in here and take it lying down. Because I'm an ordinary civilian, but this is a prison. It's a type of prison because you're brought in here under the law and your rights are stripped away. For someone who the staff acknowledges, I am independent and I run my things independently. I had to assist my occupational therapists about my independence, and they want to offer me a cooking class. I showed them a video of me cooking and presenting the food. How fortunate that this has come in handy. So I declined the class because they're already projecting that next week, that's when they'll get ingredients for me to cook. Inappropriate. The assessments should have been done already. In moments where people are not violent, I would expect that there would have been a rushed response to make sure this is not happening to me. I'm still their colleague, but I'm being mishandled. I'm on the adult side of nursing, but I think this should still be looked into with urgency. Very inappropriate. Fortunately, it seems there's a matron around. The manager has not been available. Yesterday, Dr. Nabil then said she was going to find out who the doctor is who prescribed some antipsychotic. It seems a way of forcing medication onto someone. So it's totally unacceptable because if, as I've expressed, with everything that I'm facing, I know how to distress and manage my stress. And she agreed that no, I was fine. I did not need medication. And yet the very next morning, I'm being asked, would you like to take your regular medication? I said, I'm not on regular medication. Antipsychotics, that seems to be something that says if I accept it, then I'm accepting them calling me delusional, as to accept that the crimes being committed against me in the community are non-existent. Now, I have shown the police officers videos of the perpetrators, I've even warned the priest of the parish that I go to when the other criminal has been following me there and tried to assimilate into their community. I've shown them videos of them. I've raised concern because these people run a sexual predation ring and there are children there. People who work with them and are affiliated with them often end up with potential Me Too cases, passing on sexual health diseases without disclosing, rape, murder, and unfortunately lately, pedophilia. And yet, I can handle myself with all those confessions of those criminals, confessing things like I'm not a Muslim, I'm a radicalist, and then eventually confessing that they've been pretentious all along and they're not innocent. So, with all this going on, I have heeded the police advice to secure my flat, and I am safe within my flat. The mental health team seems to have cooperated with Hannah's agenda that she would only be taken into a mental health institute if they got me in, and then she'll try to actually harm me, kill me even, when we're on the ward. Hannah does this silent approach, and she moves really fast, and she is very violent. She's lied to the police on a few occasions that Zubair had moved out of the property, but he's still there. Now, what the staff here continue to say is, we're opting in unless you bang something. Very inappropriate. I have repeatedly said, I think we're going to end up in a mistakes were made situation, but I will not be harmed here. We're just going to have to wait and see if I can be the matron instead of the manager, because I don't know where the manager is. Because decisions can easily be made. I made my appeal to the hospital managers. Dr. Nabil may not have even looked into my notes. She just said she's going to look into who the doctor was who prescribed antipsychotic medicine that I continue to be offered. And when I was asked again this morning, the nurse was like, why are you here? You don't even need medication. Like I said, I know how to handle my own stress. This doctor has said she's prescribed it for stress. I know what they're pushing at. And for her to have asked me about my property arrears, it sounds like Hannah is all over it. Sorry, Doc, by the time you see this, I have no filter now for this situation. I expected you to do no harm.